following program is classified G. It's suitable for all ages.
A very good evening and thank you for joining us on another episode on Business Best, and this is a platform where we showcase the best in the business, and we will be introducing to you people who have excelled in their particular field in order to showcase their latest developments in their respective industry. Now today on the show we are going to talk about a digital marketing agency. Now they have started up with new programs, a new initiative, and they stand out from the rest of the firms. Now to find out more, with that I would like to introduce you to the founder and CEO of Media Horizon, Manik Gunawardana. Thank you very much, Manik, for taking the time to join me on the show today.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Now to start off our discussion, Manik, why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about Media Horizon and what it's about?
Okay, so we started Media Horizon as a web development and digital marketing solutions provider in Sri Lanka. So it's been for about a little over 4 years. So we started the business mainly focusing the web development aspects, but then again we moved into digital marketing, mobile application development, and also into AR, augmented reality. And now we are focusing on certain solution providing when it comes to augmented reality, web application development, web designing and development, e-commerce websites, and everything when it comes to digital aspects. We cover basically all those spectrums in digital.
Okay. Now when we talk about digital marketing agencies, you're not the only firm which is in the market right now, and locally there are so many other firms. Now Media Horizon has been an award-winning firm as well. So what makes it stand out from the rest, and why should clients enroll with y'all?
I think the specialty in digital Media Horizon is that we guide our customers even if they don't sign up with us, right? So from the day one, when we get the pitch, basically, we give them all the guidance, how it's going to do, how they wanted to do to make it work for them, right? So this is the question I'm actually getting from our customers. You are giving all this information, right away, even without, we've been selecting you for this task. But this is something that we believe in. If we do something for the client, and then even if it is not coming to us, maybe later on they might think about it and they will remember us and say, okay, we should go back to digital, the Media Horizon for some advice, consultation. So this is, I think, the success of our business, I guess. In my opinion, I would say. I think that would be the differentiating factor in digital context for Media Horizon.
Manik, you mentioned in the first question that you all have started augmented reality also, but that's something new, and I want to touch on that later. But other than augmented reality, what are the other services that you all are providing, and what sector have you been having the most demand for?
In web development and e-commerce, we don't have a specific industry in focus, because every business nowadays needs a website. So they need to have the online presence to get more traction in online and to get more visibility online. So any kind of industry would be benefited with web development and e-commerce. E-commerce specifically, if somebody wants to sell their products online, we are really good at e-commerce websites. When it comes to WordPress, WooCommerce, Shopify, even Magento, any platform you name it, we have the capabilities to handle that request. So we actually specifically do a lot of Shopify-based websites in UK also, right? So likewise, if a business wants to sell their products online, if it is possible to sell their products online, we'll be able to help them. But when it comes to augmented reality, there are specific industries which, of course, can benefit from augmented reality, the technology, like real estate, or even retail industry where they wanted to showcase some products in augmented reality before they, the buyer make the buying choice, so that you can give them the experience of that product, and it will actually help the buying decision to make for the person to purchase that product. So even for the real estate industry, it would work the same way. So I think if we check the global context, these are the industries that can immensely benefit out of augmented reality. Yeah.
That's right. To mark on augmented reality, I want to talk about more on it on the second segment. Okay. But before we go in that, now you're an expertise in this field. And tell me a little bit about your client base. Do you get customers mainly locally or internationally?
Well, when we start Media Horizon, I already had a partner in the UK. So we were kind of like the back end for their clients in the UK. So we had a mix client-based. A lot of clients were there in local context, and we were getting a lot of clients from the UK as well. But when we move forward with our business, we actually get a lot of other like clients in other countries. Now, at the moment, we have outsourcing partners in US, Nevada. We have 2 outsourcing partners in Australia, Brisbane, and in Sydney, and 1 in UK, the one we started with. And recently we actually signed up with another European partner in Sweden. We haven't still yet did any project with them, but looking forward to do a project with this new partner. So when it comes to the client base, I would say when we start Media Horizon, we had a lot of local clients, but now it is like a mix. So we have, since we have many partnerships in other countries, we have other overseas customers as well as local customers. And we have direct customers overseas as well, like in Belgium we have customers, in US we have actually direct customers apart from the customers we are getting from the partner. So it's kind of a mix, I would say.
It's nice to know that during this economic crisis that Media Horizon is bringing in dollars as well into our country at this time. And now, since Manik, you have been having experience in this field for so many years, can you give some advice to the companies out there or the viewers who are watching this on some tips or some digital strategies that would work on their firm in the local context?
Yes, my advice would be to focus not just on one channel, but focus on multiple channels where you can create more content in different channels to drive traffic to your website. It can drive traffic to your blog, it can drive traffic to your social media, and it make it a wholesome strategy for your company. Not just focus on one channel, which is like most of the time people are more focused on social media. But my experience is that you should focus more on creating valuable content on your website, like a blog, for instance. So if you create a blog and create content on your blog, and use social media to distribute those content, that will actually help immensely when it comes to SEO, content searching, traffic building to your website, so many ways, right? So it is, it kind of depends based on the industry that you are in, but in most cases, this will work, most cases. There can be specific cases where you should more focused on the social media, but in most cases, I would say this wholesome strategy will actually benefit the business more. in the
Why
long
do you
run.
think a web page is more important than just advertising on social media? Is it because you can put up more information on there?
It's not just that. So social media, you are actually working within certain boundaries. So you don't have a fully control over social media. Let's say if you put something on the social media which is against their community guidelines, it will be removed, right? Very simple. But in your own website, in your blog, you can do basically anything. So you have more flexibility when you have a website. So this is the main thing I would say in the difference between the social and the web
page.
or your own kind of platform. Yeah.
And now coming back to augmented reality, Manik, what is exactly augmented reality and what is the difference between virtual reality and augmented reality?
Yeah, so virtual reality is basically you are creating a completely virtual environment where the environment is controlling your thoughts and things like that. Like, because you are in the virtual environment, you can't see anything that is happening outside of you. But in augmented reality, it is not like that. So we are interacting with a reality that is actually within your sight. So you still have the environment around you and you have the augmented reality. And there's another concept called mixed reality, which is of course a mix of virtual reality and augmented reality, both, right? So in virtual reality, you usually see this, goggle, wearing the goggle to get the experience, but in augmented reality, you don't need that. You just need the mobile phone, and you point out the mobile phone and you get the experience. You can see it through your mobile phone. So that
how do you plan on, we are running out of time as well, so I'm just asking you, how do you plan on implementing AR into the real estate, because you mentioned it a while back? Yeah,
so we have actually, we have a solution which of course is off the shelf, and it's all subscription based. It's very easy to use, so you don't have to spend a lot of money up front to get it running. So in real estate, if you have the 3D files and the 3D models, usually real estate companies, they do. You can make it an augmented reality, give the experience to their customers before they buy the property. Even if you wanted to make it like a virtual walkthrough, it is possible. So there are so many ways which, of course, the real estate market can benefit out of AR. So it's just a matter of coming up with an idea and letting us know, so we can actually help them out with a way to do it.
Now, augmented reality is not very famous here in our local context, but I'm pretty sure it's very popular amongst the international crowd or overseas crowd. Why do you think it's not very popular here? And do you think it will be successful?
Well, the augmented reality is a new technology. So when it comes to new technology, unfortunately, in Sri Lankan context, we are very, we are laggards when it comes to new technology. So it will take a little bit of time. So this adapting to new technologies, like, we take a step back. It's deeply like entrenched into our system where we need to take some time, check whether this works and all. So that's what I think the augmented reality is taking a little bit of time in Sri Lankan context, but that's one reason why we actually came up with this subscription model, where people can even try it out and see whether it works or not. So it's a very low risk factor involved in the entire the experience. So I think it will be there. We will be there taking on this new technology, embracing this new technology, but it will take a little while, I would say.
Right. So other than the real estate, where else can we use augmented reality?
In the retail industry, even in e-commerce, we have actually done e-commerce based augmented reality. Like, let's say if it is maybe if you're selling like a bag, right? So if you can make it augmented, if you have the product in 3D, you can show that product in augmented reality to your customer, so that they will see it before they buy it. Even in furniture industry, like appliances, so you name it. So if you have the 3D model, we can actually make it augmented reality. So they can even put the furniture in their living room and see how it will look, right? Sometimes we might be able to do certain things like change in the material on that couch or the sofa, and see what color would be actually matching with the rest of the background. So there are so many ways that it can benefit in different industries.
That's amazing, because nowadays people want to see, they want to touch, they want to look at the final product before they even purchase something. So I believe that this will be very helpful. It's just that the fact that people need to adapt into this new system. So what has Media Horizon been up to these days? Now I saw on your website also you all have been doing over 100 projects, and what are you all working on right now?
Currently we have running projects like in US context. We have a few projects running in the background. We have a few projects in Australia, and also we have a few local projects on our hand. So all web related projects, I would say. These are the things that are being happening at the moment. We are currently very much focused into web part and the e-commerce industry, the industry. But while on the side, we try to market the augmented reality also in Sri Lankan context.
All right, Manik. So I think we have reached the end of our program as well, and thank you for taking the time again to join me on the show, and I wish you all the very best with Media Horizon.
Thank you very much.
And also the development of AR as well.
Thank you
so
very
much.
Right.
And that was the end of our program this week. Join us again next week with another product or service that would interest you. Just in case you couldn't watch us on air, you can always rewatch by catching us on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Derana English. I'm Suzanne Shanali. Stay safe and have a good night.